Hi students, once again we met to continue our class. In our past class, we learned about what are the natural phenomena are there, and also we discussed about destructive phenomena and what are the causes to form the destructive phenomena. So that we are going to discuss in our class. Of course, in our last class, we observed what is the main cause to form lightning. What is the main cause to form a lightning? That we are breaking the secret to form lightning. We are breaking the secret to form lightning. So for that we are discussing about what. So we observed how the objects are attracting, means how the objects are making attract to the tiny type of paper, has dried leaves when it rubbed on the particular surfaces, and also by what material we are rubbing on the particular surface, which is gaining what charge, which is gaining what particular charge. We observed two type of charges are there. One is positive charge, one is the negative charge. We observed there is attraction between the what similar charges and different charges. We observed what effect between types of charges and their interaction. We observed type of charges and their interaction. Means we observed about what are the charges are present in our means in our surroundings, and also we observed what is the properties of the charges. What are the properties of the charges? That also we discussed about that, how we observe that what means when there is similar charges present in contact, then what is the reaction between them? When there is a different charges are present or in contact, what is the reaction between the bodies? So such like we discussed, by that we proved what like similar charges means like charges, different charges means unlike charges. So similar charges, like charges, when there is a presence in contact, they may make repel each other, they may move away each other, they may move away each other. Where there is unlike charges means different charges we observe, they may make attract each other, they may make attract each other. Is it or not? Of course. The same as we are going to identify one more experiment to identify the interaction between charges of an object. To identify the interaction between charges of an object. Let me discuss. Find the presence of means we are going to find presence of to find what to find the presence of charge on your body. Charge on your body means what I'm saying to you. We are going to find what is a charge present on your body by rubbing on a particular surface. In our last class, in our past class, we learned so particular substances are rubbed on the particular surfaces. By that, one object gets one particular charge, another surface got what particular charge. So such like we observe how they are. Then how to find what is the charge present on a body? What is the charge present on a body? Then how to find? So let's talk about take a smooth or small thermocol sheet. What you are taking? Thermocol balls or otherwise small balls of the thermocol sheet. Small balls of the thermocol sheet. What you are taking to do this activity? Small balls of thermocol sheet. We are taking thermocol. We know well about thermocol sheet. When you are playing with thermocol sheet by rubbing on with our finger, we may observe a spherical shaped balls are coming out from the thermocol sheet. So we now observe that, and we have to utilize one more thin silver coil or silver paper silver coil. We may identify the silver coil on, we may collect the silver coil from the outer layer of the sheet, the outer layer of the sheet to avoid the water, to avoid the decomposition, otherwise to avoid the destruction of the sheets. Otherwise, they are utilizing water to cover the sheets on the outer surface of the sheet to avoid the formation of germs and decompose, means what we can call to avoid the water, to avoid the wastage, means what we can say germs or insects will form by the water where there is open atmosphere for the sheets, there is a unwanted things will fall on that. By that, to avoid that, what happens, they may cover with a silver foil. By covering with silver foil, what happens, it avoids the germs to formation on the sheets. So that's why you are utilizing what is silver foil. What you are using silver foil or silver foil, whatever. So what I'm saying to you, we are taking small balls of thermocol sheet and what we are taking silver foil from the decorated sheet, and rub this the silver foil to cover the thermocol balls. What I'm saying to you, we have to suspend with help of retard stand. With help of retard stand means iron stand. Retard stand means iron stand. Thread to the silver foil, silver foil. So we are suspending the silver foil by help of what thread to what a retard stand or iron stand. Iron stand. I understand. So coming to that, when you are rubbing with help of what thermocol balls on the silver foil, with the thermocol balls on the silver foil, and also what we can say on different, we can talk about what we can, when you are rubbing with a glass rod on the silk cloth, when you are rubbing glass rod, with the rubbing glass rod on or with what we can say silk cloth. See there, when you're rubbing glass rod on the silk cloth, so what we observe after rubbing, we observe what the silk cloth gains, what we observe a negative charge, and the glass rod goes what a positive charge. Glass rod got positive charge. So it consists what a positive charge, and it consists what ma negative charge. So by rubbing on both glass rod and silk cloth. So first after rubbing each other, then bring the glass rod into the thermocol balls, and next into that water silver foil. So in the first instant, you have to bring that rubbed glass rod on the silk cloth. You have to bring to the thermocol balls. By bringing what near to the thermocol balls, what you may observe. Then after in the next situation, in the next instant, we have to bring that glass rod near to the thermocol sheet. Silver foil. So by bringing that rubbed glass rod, generally I said before only what is the charge present on that. What is the charge present on what is glass rod and silk cloth. So by rubbing each other. But before to identify what is the charge present on that, present on that, if you bring glass rod to the thermocol sheet and glass rod to the silver foil. And in the second situation, one more what I'm saying to you, and bring the silk cloth near to the thermocol sheet. Bring silk cloth near to the thermocol sheet, thermocol balls, otherwise small balls from the thermocol sheet. See here, by rubbing those two vigorously in against or in opposite direction, we are bringing glass rod first in that small balls of the thermocol sheet, and next we are bringing where into the silver foil. Then second situation of bringing silk cloth near to the thermocol sheet. See here what I'm saying, when you are bringing glass rod near to the silver foil, We observe, what we may observe? Repelled each other. We may observe they both repelled each other. They both repelled, what we can consider? They both repel each other. Means they both are repelling each other, means what we can consider? They both are having same charges. They both are having same charges. When you are bringing that silk cloth made to the thermocol balls from which we collected from thermocol sheets, so we may observe that thermocol balls will attract by the silk cloth. Thermocol balls will attract by the silk cloth. By that, what we can consider? So the thermocol balls are attracted by the silk cloth. So silk cloth showing a attraction force. Attraction force means what we can consider here? Silk cloth consists negative charge that will show, and that glass rod consists of free charge. What is that? This positive charge. When you bring near to that, what happens? They both repelled each other. They both repelled each other. By that we can consider they both are having similar charge. They both are having what? Similar charge. So once already we observe silk cloth by bringing it to a small balls, we observe there is attraction between them, means thermocol balls are attracted by the silk cloth, so it got negative, means negative charge. Then remain what is the glass rod consists of positive charge. So by that we observe by repelling with each other. So by that we can estimate which is attractive, which is not attractive, and also the charge presence on a body, right? The presence of charge on a body. The presence of charge on a body means what is the charge present on the particular body, which is rubbed, which is not rubbed, which is charged, which is not charged. So to identify that, we have to utilize one electroscope. What is that? Electroscope. Electroscope is a device which can identify what is the charge present on a body. What is the charge present on a body? And one more device is there. What? Gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope. So gold leaf electroscope is the same as the device. It can identify what is the charge present on present on body. What is the charge present on body? And also it measures how much charge is present on a body. Which device we are utilizing to measure the presence of charge on a body? Electroscope or gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope. Understand? Coming to that, to start that. We are going to find what? Presence of charge on a body. See here what we can write from that. Generally, what we observe from this, the electrical charge is generated by the electrical charges here. Electrical charges generated by rubbing or static. Rubbing, what you are calling, or static. And coming to that, they do not move. They do not move by themselves. They do not move by themselves. At the same time, we can talk about when the charges are moved, when the charges are moved, they constitute an electric current. An electric current. See here what I'm saying. The electrical charges are generated by positive charge and negative charges are generated by rubbing with two different surfaces. Already we discussed which are producing by rubbing. Already we discussed what we learned, which are producing by rubbing. What you learn in that? glass rod when it rubbed on silk. Glass rod when rubbed on silk. When rubbed on silk, what happens? Glass rod has a positive charge. It has a positive charge and it has a negative charge. And one more we can consider wool and what we can call fur. What we can call fur, otherwise flannel. When it is rubbed on those two, wool or fur, rubbed on amber, ebonite, and also what we can rubber, plastic, rubber, plastic. The same time it is rubbing on polythene and dry hair is rubbing with a comb. Is it visible to you? Yes, coming to that, what I'm saying, when glass rod rubbed on the silk cloth, we are considering silk cloth got a negative charge and glass rod got what a positive charge. But generally we are considering by rubbing those two surfaces, we are identifying which charge is produced. See what I'm saying, the electrical charges are generated by water rubbing. Those are static, means the charges are in rest. They never move from one place to another. They do not move by themselves. By rubbing with two different objects, so it produces charges of electric current, but they are in static. They are in rest. They do not move from one place to another. By themselves, they never move. See here, same as when amber, ebonite, rubber, plastic. These are resin substances. Okay, those when rubbed on wool and fur, whatever their four objects are given to you, if those rub or flannel, fur means a cat fur, such like on the surface of hair, so that when you are rubbing on the particular surfaces, wool and fur getting positive charge, and those are getting negative charge. Same as ebonite rod, when rubbed on the polythene, ebonite rod is getting positive charge, polythene getting a negative charge. Same as the dry hair and comb. When you are combing with help of comb to our hair, we may get comb get negative charge and dry hair getting positive charge. But what I'm saying to talk, how to identify what is the charge present on the particular, when glass rod rubbed with silk cloth, we are generally saying silk getting negative charge, silk cloth getting negative charge, glass rod getting positive charge. Then how to identify? How it is possible to identify? So that's why we are going to talk strength of charge on a body. How to identify? By using electroscope. Or gold leaf electroscope. Coming to the what I'm saying, by rubbing you are getting rest of the electric charges. By rubbing any two objects, it produces electric charges, but they are in static. They do not move by themselves. They do not move by themselves. Same as when the charges are moved, a constant and electric current. Electric current is a moving of electrons. So moving of electrons. Understand? Coming to that, what I'm saying. So by bringing the rubbing substances to the non-rubbed or opposite charges, what happens? They are making attract to each other. By that, what we may have observed. So there is a force between those two by repel and by attract. What is the force? That is electrostatic force. What is that force? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is a force. A force is acting on a charges of a body. A force is acting on a charges of a body. A force is acting on a charges of a body. Understand? So the charges are carrying by the object. Glass rod rubbed on the silk cloth, so glass rod carrying positive charge, silk cloth carrying negative charge, means the charges are where on the surface of on the body, means a force between charges on a body. That is a electrostatic force. That is on only what is static electric charges. Static electric charges may be attraction or repelled. Like charges will repel, unlike charges will attract each other. Let's identify how the charges should identify on the particular object. What is the charge present on the object by using electroscope? Let me discuss that electroscope. How to identify the electroscope? How to identify the electroscope? Let's identify that. What we can identify? What is the construction of electroscope? See here, gold leaf electroscope. Generally, we can call that name is a gold leaf electroscope. See here, let me write step by step what we can make. Take an empty jam bottle. It is very important. Take an empty jam bottle. Empty jam bottle. Take a piece of cardboard. Piece of cardboard. Cardboard. Okay. Piece of what we are taking here? Piece of cardboard. And what are the things we need to do that electroscope? We are constructing our own electroscope. And see here, the cardboard are, we are making a small hole. Cardboard making a small hole. See here, a piece of cardboard we are taking. We are making a small hole, passing a small hole. And this is a jam bottle. Of course, we know well about jam bottle. We know well about jam bottle. Okay, coming to that, what I'm saying to you, see there, we are taking empty jam bottle and piece of cardboard, place cardboard on the mouth of the jam bottle. We have to place the piece of the bottle. By placing all that on the mouth of the bottle, see here, means what we can consider here. We are placing a small hole at center of the means the cardboard. Center of the cardboard means what we can consider to cover with that. We are making a small code, small hole. Otherwise, we can place on the surface of those small hole. See here what we are making. Cut 2 strips of aluminum foil. Collect aluminum foil. What you are collecting? Aluminum foil. Aluminum foil with a diameter 4 centimeter long and 1 centimeter wide. 4 centimeter long and 1 centimeter long means breadth. See, we are making two pieces as the dimensions of 4 centimeter and 1 centimeter. See what I am saying here. See, this is surface of those what we are making. This is general structure of what electroscope. General structure of electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope is gold leaf electroscope. It consists a transparent vessel, rectangular transparent vessel, rectangular transparent vessel. So the both front and back surfaces are consist of transparent. Of means transparent objects means what we can see covered with glasses. Cover with glasses. This is the base. This is the front surface. This is the front surface. On the surface, it's covered with metal, which is having a brass surface, which is having a brass surface center inside. So by observing this front surface to in open, is in open, what we can consider, see here, by that we can identify. So this is consists of one gold leaf. What is a gold leaf? Is not like a leaf, it is a feather like a small length. How like this 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter length, a small sized 2 centimeter length, a small size gold leaf is consistent. And this metal is made up of brass metal. What is this? Is a brass metal, and this is a gold leaf, and this is a brass metal. When we place any object on the surface of the brass metal, means any object which is charged or uncharged, okay, that object is placed on the surface of the brass metal, we may identify based on the what is that consists of positive or negative charges. Consists positive or negative charges. If it consists positive charge, the body which is consists of positive charge, we may observe the repulsion between the gold leaf to brass metal, because they both are metal surfaces. They both are metal surfaces. Gold leaf already consists of water, positive charges, and what we are placing on the brass metal, what we are placing on the brass metal, see here, by placing on the brass material, what we can observe here. So what we are placing, the charges will transfer through the brass material. The charges will transfer through the brass material. By that, what happens? If that what we are placing an object on the brass material that consists of positive charges, so it will transfer through the brass material as the positive charges. Then what we can make that a gold leaf already consists of what? A positive charge due to the metal surface. By that, what happens? So it is also consists of positive gold leaf, and this brass material also consists of positive. By that, what happens? There is an interaction between the two like charges. By that, what happens? It makes the repulse. Then they move water away from each other. Means it makes the repulsion each other. Means what we can observe here, suppose what is the material by placing on the brass material, means suppose before what we discussed about glass rod, and silk cloth. Silk cloth. By placing silk cloth on the surface of what a brass material, the brass material will receive the what a negative charges. Means what we can consider. So by placing silk cloth on the brass material, we may observe what that gold leaf will make the attract to the brass material. Attract to the brass material. Because of what is the charge present on the silk cloth, it will transfer through the what happened? Brass material. Through the brass material. By that what happened? Already we discussed this is a positive charge. Then it makes the attraction to that what where there is a present opposite charges, means different charges. Otherwise we can say unlike charges. By that what we can consider that unlike charges make what attraction to each other, means different charges are making attract to each other. So by this placing, by the way of placing an object on the brass surface at top of the gold leaf electroscope, we may consider by making attraction by the gold leaf to that, by making attraction to the gold leaf to that brass material, we can consider there is a opposite charge is present. If it makes repulsion between them, we can understand there is a similar charges are present. Means when they are making repulsion, what we can observe? That object consists of positive charge because gold leaf already consists of positive. They may make repel each other. Understand? By that we can observe what the material which we place on the brass surface. By that we can identify that that material consists what positive charge. What is the charge is present based on the repulsion, based on the attraction of the gold leaf. If it makes attraction, we may identify the object which is placed on the brass material that consists of what a negative charge. If it makes repulsion to that, what happens? We can identify the material which you placed on the brass material that is a positive, means that carries a positive charge. By placing any substance or any object on the brass material, if there is no any reaction, if there is no any interaction between the gold leaf to the material, we may observe that body is a neutral. The body is a neutral or non-charged, means uncharged, otherwise neutral body or neutral object. So by the by three conditions, the three examples, what we can consider. So the positive means the gold leaf makes attraction and repulsion based on the which substance we placed on the brass material. By placing contact to the brass material, which in the object we are contact to the brass material, that brass material will receive same charge which is that object consists. By that we may identify what by the gold leaf it may be repel, it may be attract. If it makes repel, we may identify that body consists of positive charge. If it makes attract to that, we may identify that body consists of negative charge. Understand? By that we can identify what is the charge present on a particular object. What is the charge present on particular object by rubbing or whatever. If there is no any reaction, we can consider that object is a neutral. Understand? So by using gold leaf electroscope, by using electroscope, we can identify what is the charge present on what is particular object. Understand? So how they are attracting, how they are repelled, because of what we can say, because of only electrostatic force. Because of only electrostatic force. Understand? See here. What I'm saying to you, we can identify electric charges by forming an object by using gold leaf electroscope. Then coming to that, we observe what are the charges are produced, what are the electric charges are produced by rubbing. What are the electrical charges are produced by rubbing. So we observe which is by rubbing what charge we are means the particular object which charge is gaining, which charge is losing. So in this situation, we have to remember by rubbing against to any two objects, one object is gaining one charge, another object is carrying another charge. Means what we can consider, so the body which is gaining the electrons that consists negative charge, the body which is lose their energy that will gain positive charge. Before we talked about glass rod and silk cloth. Silk cloth. And same as comb and dry hair. Comb and dry hair. When you rub those two againstly, what you observe? After rubbing, if you bring silk cloth near to the tiny papers, we observe that tiny papers are attracted by the silk cloth. Tiny papers are attracted by the silk cloth. Understand? So means what happens by rubbing with glass rod, the glass rod, what happens? It loses the electrons. It loses the electrons into silk cloth. Silk cloth gains what? Electrons. That's why it consists negative charge. And glass rod loses, it gains by that. What happens? Positive charge. The body which loses electrons, it gains positive charge. The body which gains charge, that consists of negative charge. Understand? So the tiny papers are not charged, not rubbed. So it is a neutral substance. Uncharged body consists both charges in equal amount. In equal amount. Both charges means positive charges and negative charges. The charged body which is bringing contact to or near to the uncharged body. The charged body which is consists negative charge. The charged body bringing near to the water uncharged body, we can identify what the uncharged body will attract by the charged body by showing unlike charges. By showing unlike charges means when you are bringing negative charge near to the uncharged body, what happens? That unlike charges will show top of the surface, Then what happens? By that they will both will make attraction to each other. Generally, the transfer of charges, what we can say, how charges are transferring, So the charges are transferring between the bodies by the like and unlike, by the rubbing or whatever. So how like they are transferring? There are two methods to transfer the charges between objects or bodies. What are the methods? What are the methods to identify to transfer the charges between objects? Methods of charge transfer. There are two methods through which charge transfer can take place. There are two methods through which charge can take place between two bodies, is nothing else charging by conduction, and another method is charging by induction. What are the methods to transfer the charges between the objects? Charging by conduction, charging by induction. What you can say? Charging by conduction, charging by induction. When the bodies are in contact, they may transfer their charges. By placing the two bodies in contact, they may transfer the charges by using what? The conduction method. Induction, by placing at a part of the distance, it shows opposite charges to that to make the interaction between them. In one situation, they are making in contact. In another situation, they are not making to contact. By that, the charges are transferred to make the interaction between the charges of an object. Okay, this is the method to identify how the charges are transferring. Okay, to talk about complete information we gathered to talk about what to form the lightning, how to form the lightning, how to form lightning means what is the way to form the lightning, how the lightning forming. Lightning is a discharge of electric current. Discharge of electric current. Lightning is a discharge of electric current. Lightning. Lightning. How lightning will form? Where from? Generally, lightning we said by before to talk that lesson. Lightning is a one type of spark, but it is in huge scale. It is a spark, but it is a huge scale. Huge scale. Understand? Coming to that, how lightning will form? Generally, lightnings are forming from the clouds. From the clouds. What I'm saying to you, lightnings are forming from clouds. Understand? See here how it is forming from clouds during the rainy season. During the rainy season, we know well about a rhythmic sound is producing and also a spark is produced from the clouds, from the sky. Sky means it is a endless. Sky means what? It is endless. No more as a roof as a room. No more as a roof like a room. No more anything in our sky means endless. So generally, during the rainy season, we may observe what? Thunderstorm. What we can observe? Thunderstorm. Thunder. So we may observe a rhythmic sound and giving by spark means light. Is it or not? Of course, by getting lightning, we may say by our historical, how our elders are saying, we know well about that. Then how it is forming from the clouds? To talk about that, before we must know about how the formation of meter, what is the way to form clouds? What is the way to form clouds? Means how the clouds are forming. To talk about clouds are what? Precipitation of the evaporation of water, the steam of water. So generally, during the summer season, in our coastal areas, the temperature is more, so humidity also more. Due to the more humidity, the evaporation takes more. Evaporation takes more. Evaporation means what? Evaporation means the liquid state of substance is changed into the gaseous state of substance. Liquid state of substance is changed into the gaseous state of substance. At any temperature is evaporation. But water can take evaporation at the boiling point 100 degrees Celsius. The liquid can convert into the steam, means water vapor at a particular temperature. So during the summer season, due to excess of heat and due to the more humidity, the water converts into the outer surface of means the surface of the water molecules are converted into the water vapor or steam, or we can call gases. That forms as a precipitation of the steam or water vapor in the formation of water clouds. Those will transfer from higher temperature to lower temperature in our atmosphere, because heat is transferred from higher temperature to lower temperature. When it transfers from higher temperature to lower temperature, when it is decrease the temperature on the particular areas, it starts to condense. It starts to condense. It starts to condense means the steam or precipitation of the evaporation of water converts into the liquid state. Liquid state means the gaseous state of substance is converted into the liquid state of substance due to the condensation. By decreasing the temperature to the atmosphere to that particular cloud, to the particular precipitation, what happens? That temperature is decreases from gaseous state to liquid state. By that, the gaseous state of substance is converted into liquid state of substance. By that, we are getting what? Rain from the clouds. But we are not talking about how rain forming, how rain falling. So we are talking about what? How lightning forms, how lightning coming from the clouds. When clouds are moving in our air, in our atmosphere, clouds are moving in our atmosphere. When clouds are moving in our atmosphere, generally we know well about a air current. What you can say? Air current. Current means tides, waves, vibrations. Tides, waves, vibrations. So air waves or air currents will obstruct to the what cloud surface. The outer surface of the cloud is fused. The outer surface of the cloud is fused. When that air current is obstruct to the what cloud, means in our general language, we can talk the air is rubbing with cloud. Means the cloud is rubbing on the air current. By rubbing on the air, air current, the clouds are getting charged. The clouds are getting charged. Means by rubbing with air current, what happens? The cloud becomes as a charged. Means it gains what? Negative charge. It gains negative charge from the air current because it is a charged body. Understand? And where there is an uncharged body, means uncharged cloud will attract by the charged body. Attract by the charged body. When they are coming to the conduction to that charged body by uncharged body, they may transfer the charges. They may transfer the charges. By transferring the charges, what happens? So the negative charges are transferring to the uncharged body. By that, it makes to show negative charge to out. Like how like it's showing negative charge to downward, negative charge showing downward, and three positive charges are floating to upward. By that, what happens? The negative charge gives path to downward. Then why that the negative charge is coming to the downward? How like? Because of the negative charge is discharged from the cloud. The electrical current discharged from the cloud means the discharging of electric current or electrons or negative charge from the clouds is nothing as a lightning. How much the negative charge will form on the charged cloud means, so what is the size of the cloud means it is a fused surface. So fused amount of the negative charge will form on the outer surface of the cloud. By transferring that whole huge amount of the negative charge will this what? It will give to downward, means discharge. Means it lost its charge to downwards. Why it need to move? Means why it is discharged to downwards only? Why it is not discharged to outer surfaces or upsides or besides? That will start. There is some more reason why the electric charge is discharged to only downwards to the earth, towards the earth. Because there is one more reason. See, coming to that, so lightnings are forming by the clouds. When clouds are rubbing with or collide with air current, the clouds are charged. Due to that, it gets what? Negative charge. So uncharged cloud will attract to the charged cloud. By that, the charges are transferring between the clouds. By that, the charges are negative charges are discharging from the cloud. The discharging of electric current, discharging of negative charge, we are nothing as we are calling lightning. In Telugu, we are calling Urumulu Merupulu. Urumulu Merupulu. Is it the rhythmic sound is a thunder? That what we are calling Merupu, which is the coming by discharging of electric current, is nothing as what? Lightning. It is giving a huge amount of discharging of electric current. Discharging of electric current. See here, the lightning forms by the what is clouds, by conduction of charges transferring by the conduction between two clouds from one charged another, from one charged cloud from another uncharged cloud. By transfer the charges, it gives discharge of electric current, discharging of electric current. Why it shows towards, why it always discharge to downwards? Why that discharge electric current or discharge negative charge will shows always or discharge always towards the earth? Because of earth is a neutral. Earth is a neutral. Earth is a neutral body. Neutral body means what we can consider. So it consists of positive charges and negative charges. Earth consists of positive charges and negative charges. The surface of the earth is huge, so it consists of huge amount of the charges, positive and negative with equal amount. With equal amount. Is it or not? See, when from the clouds, it is showing discharging of negative charge to downwards. The negative charge showing downwards. The earth shows what a positive charge to upwards to make the neutral. Earth always tries to make the neutral on any surface, any charge on the surface of the earth. So when negative charge is showing downwards to the clouds, the earth shows positive charge to upwards to make the neutral that both. By that, the negative charge attracts by the positive charge. By that, the negative charge is discharged from the clouds. Negative charge discharges from the clouds. Understand? So that's why the discharging of electric current always discharging towards the earth's surface, because the earth showing opposite charge means different charge, unlike charge, to make the neutral. And also we may observe here, when lightning forms, it always falls on tallest peaks of any surface on the earth. By falling on that, when it is discharging on the particular surfaces, it gives the water destruction to the any substance. If it fall on our body, we may get fatal, means death. If it fall on plant, it gives burn to that. If it fall on building, it makes short circuit and it gives destruction to the building. See here, how much destruction is given by lightning, by forming of lightning. But we never control the lightning, forming of lightning. We cannot stop the formation of lightning to come to, means when it's coming, we never stop by obstruction, by placing any obstruction. But what is the way to stop or otherwise to protect ourselves? Okay, what are the precautions should take to avoid or to secure ourselves, to avoid the destruction from the lightning? To avoid the destruction from the lightning. That we will talk in the next class. How lightning, again clear information, and also how to protect ourselves, what are the ways to protect, and also what are the precautions you have to take, okay, how to make neutral to the lightning. Understand? So recall yourself, we'll see in the next class.